quick review of Salter's rechargeable kitchen scale. First up, the specs for those who want the TLDR version of this review. The surface is a single smooth piece of glass and it has an LCD display but no backlight. The maximum weight it can take is 5 kilograms. It goes up in increments of 1 gram. It comes with a USB-C charger which has USB-A on the other end. You just get a lead, no plug. A 2-hour charge should last 6 months if you use the scale for 6 minutes a day. It has physical buttons, 2 along the bottom and an on-off switch on the side. The left button changes the units. The right button is the tare or zero function and it turns the scale on and off. If you don't use the button, the scale will turn off if it shows 0 for 1 minute or if it shows the same non-zero value for 3 minutes. LCD indicators. It comes with a 15-year guarantee if you register it within 30 days of buying. Now for the more in-depth review. We use kitchen scales multiple times a day and I have opinions on them. Cole, my husband, is type 1 diabetic, so we count carbs for every meal, and that's why this is my most used kitchen gadget. It came pre-charged and the battery lasted for 3 months before it needed recharging. That is good going for us. Usually, scales take those disc-like batteries that no one ever has in their cupboards, or if you do, they're probably dead. With this, you'll never need to replace a battery again. It takes about 2 hours to charge and you can't use the scale while it's charging. The fact that it stays on for 3 minutes when it detects weight is brilliant because my old scale used to turn itself off whenever it felt like it. It was a bit stressful if I was in the middle of weighing something and I'd have to constantly poke it to keep it awake. 3 minutes is plenty of time to wander to a cupboard or rinse your hands without worrying that it'll turn off. Someone on Amazon complained that the glass surface shows dirt and fingerprints. I thought they were being a bit moany, but actually it's true, and marks are more visible on a dark surface. But it is so easy to clean. I've had other scales with an embedded LCD screen where stuff gets stuck in the crevices, so a single piece of glass is much better. The physical buttons caught me off guard. My old scale had touchscreen buttons. Proper buttons are a nice feature because I never pressed them accidentally like I did with my old scale. The scale has these little rubber feet on the bottom, so it stays in place and I can generally operate it one-handed without it slipping. The tare button is a relief. Press it once and it takes you back to 0. My old scale was way more fussy, and if you hold the button for a few seconds, it turns the scale off. I never bother because it's rechargeable, so I don't give a second thought about preserving its battery. Alright, on to cons. Really minor. After having a backlight for almost 3 years, it took me a while to get used to not having one, and this LCD screen isn't as clear. I'm in a north-facing kitchen and we get way less light on this side of the house, and although I don't struggle to see the screen, a backlight would have been nice. I know it'd impact the battery life, but it's rechargeable, so it doesn't really matter. In terms of accuracy, if I'm weighing small amounts of something, I sometimes have to poke it to get it to see the extra weight. It was the same with my old scale. This one is more indecisive though. It will flip back and forth between 2 numbers, which doesn't really bother me unless I'm filming a recipe. A gram is a tiny amount though, so it isn't a big deal. It's a great scale and very reliable. I couldn't be without it. I'm going to pop my gadget review playlist up on the screen. Take a look and let me know in the comments if you've got any questions about this scale.